Welcome to Appalachia Bigfoot Explorer. I've had a lot of you guys ask me for a gear review, what I pack in, camp-wise, research-wise, what do I take with me. So I've got a trip coming up here in the next couple weeks. Thought this would be a good time to lay everything out and show you exactly what I take out into the field. I got a couple new items that I'm taking with me as well, and I'll do a review on those when I get back from this trip. So hope you guys like it. Hit that like and subscribe. Leave comments. Thanks, guys. We'll start with my backpack. It is a High Sierra. It's the Pathway 60 liter. It's a Walmart special. I've had this backpack for 5 years now, and it's done very well for me. I've got no complaints. Wintertime, these are my Morel winter boots. They are waterproof. They are waterproof, not water resistant. There is a difference. This is the I think it's a 400 grain. Yeah, it's the 400 gram insulation. Very warm. It's got the ice grip soles. Very good tread on it. The only downfall is they are a little stiff on the insole. The insoles are a bit stiff, man. So you might want to use, if you do go with these, you'll want some insoles. You'll want some nice extra padding in there for you. Other than that, a great boot, man. They will keep your feet dry. Tons of you have asked gear-wise on my research side what I use, what I take, and I don't take a lot, honestly. Obviously for nighttime, headlamp, so I can see where I'm falling when I go off the side of a cliff. I know what's coming. I got this case. This is everything right here in this case. This is what I carry. My accessories, extra cords, charging cords, things like that. My SD cards, all that jazz. I've got a Sony handheld recorder. You don't need to spend a lot of money on doing this. Spend a little bit of money, go. Now you don't have to go top end and spend all kinds of, go crazy and spend all kinds of cash. But keep it mid-level equipment, gear wise, and you'll do just fine. And that's what I do. I've got a pocket juice charger. Does the job, charges what I need it to. The cam that I'm using right now to record with is a 4K. Decent little camera. It's clear. Pictures are great. Video's great. It can reach out there and get what I need it to. I also have a Bell & Howell I've had for, 8 years now, 9 years. It's retired from like doing my day tracking and things like that to just strictly around camp. And I normally just use it at nighttime. It does have the night vision, the IR, and that's the only time I really use it. In my tent, if I'm doing like a closing scene, for the day, and I'm in my tent and getting ready to go to sleep. But that's it. That's the only time I use it. GoPro Hero 3. Tried and true, man. GoPros, use them. Go on Marketplace, you'll find GoPros, man, cheap. This thing has stood the test of time with me. It's been through a Tough Mudder competition. um, it's been out in every type of weather situation you could think of, every elevation you can think of. Battery life on GoPros, you cannot beat it. One battery, 3 hours straight record time. They're awesome. The accessories on these things, you know, if you have them, you know they're limitless. I mean, they've got so many different accessories for these things. So one of them that I use is the clip, goes on the front of my backpack, so I can record as I'm hiking into camp. And then I've also got, this is the weatherproof case, and then I've got the just the regular case that the GoPro sits in. The GoPro isn't sealed in it. And then I've got a external microphone that also hooks to this, to the GoPro as well. I can clip the mic wherever. I can set this up outside of my tent at night and with the external mic and kind of reach out to sounds just a little farther off. So yeah, man, GoPros, dude. And you can get them, like I said, on Marketplace anywhere from $50 up. So, and that's the Hero 3s, Hero 4s, you know, whatever. People need cash, man. They're going to sell it cheap. So, do your shopping. The wool blanket, everything is sitting on. I found it at a flea market. Instead of going to like your REIs or your top stores like that, you know, your Gander Mountains and places like that, and paying top dollar for a wool blanket, Army surplus or flea market, something like that. You can find these things cheap, man. And you can't go wrong in the wintertime, bro, with wool. So, Shemagh, I take one every time. Spring, summer, fall, winter, I always have it with me. Yeah. Anyways, you've seen the videos, or, well, if you're out on Facebook, I'm sure you've seen the videos advertised for the wool bushcraft pullovers. I've done research. I went out to, I saw it on YouTube, and I saw the videos that they were advertising the wool pullovers. I even went out to the manufacturing website, asked questions, you know, about it, asked how they ran size-wise, all that jazz. I ordered one. Well, I took one for the team. So, this is what I got. So, I wear a regular hoodie XL. So, I went 2 sizes up on this. They told me a size up, 1 size up, you'll be good. I went 2, because in the wintertime, I like to layer up around camp. What I got versus what they advertise, totally different. It is not wool. It is not the manufacturing company that is advertised on you or on Facebook. Totally different manufacturing company altogether. This is 100% polyester, and it is the exact same size as a regular XL hoodie. Yeah. So, needless to say, I've written some pretty crappy reviews for them. Now, I will say, what they sent me though is still a nice hoodie, and it is warm. But, I can't layer up underneath it because it's the same size as a regular hoodie. So, there's that. Garmin GPS. This is the GPS Map 64 SX. Gotta have it, man. When you bushwhack the way that I do and many of us do, it's very easy to get turned around. I've done it. I've done it a lot. So I do carry a compass, and I do mark my waypoints, but definitely, and it has the SOS on it, so it's a must, man. I would say, make the investment. So that is one of the things as well that I carry in my electrical gear portion of this. Extra cordage to just this. This is all I take now. And then I do take a handful of extra cam locks. And that's it. So, major downsides on that. Very proud of myself for doing it. But it dropped weight, man, and that's what it's about, really, is taking everything that you actually need and trying to keep your weight down. And my God, man, you will find yourself just beating your head against the wall, trying to figure out how do I keep my weight down? How do I? But I need this, and Jesus, I need to take this, and But that's the fun part about it. That's one of the fun parts about doing this and about getting out into nature. It's all part of the journey. A great investment that I made. Water. Water is weight. It's a lot of weight. Many of you know that I study maps, I study topos. Before I go out to an area, I will study topos, I will study terrain, everything about that area. Vegetation, wildlife, water source. If I'm going to an area that doesn't have water, I have to pack something in, inevitably. But if I am going to an area where there is a water source, all day long, the cat and I, 10-liter water filtration. Go to the stream, fill it up, man. Big bag, has a filter inside the bag at the bottom with a hose hanging on a tree. You got water for days. Yeah, that was an awesome purchase. First aid, people. First aid. Safety first, man. Doing what we do. Hiking in like we hike, man. Anything can frickin' happen. Anything can. Nobody is above it. It can reach out and grab a hold of you. Take something with you. I've added some things to this as well. This comes as a pack of first aid in it. I've put extra things in here that I feel I would need as well that didn't come with it. But guys, please take something. You gotta have something, okay? I can't stress that enough. I am a safety director at my company. I work large mechanical, commercial, industrial. I've been in the racket for a long time, man, and unfortunately I've seen some pretty nasty things out there. So it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop just at work. We have to have safety in our lives all the time. Trust me, I've done some pretty crazy things in my career, in my 30 years in construction. I've done some dumb stuff. So, anyways, first aid, my Burrell 21. So it unfolds. If you haven't seen one, it unfolds into a saw. So hook it onto I hook mine onto the side of my backpack, and right there, guys. That's, you know, it's very compact, man. It doesn't weigh anything. Yeah, I can cut some pretty decent sized stuff with this. So very happy with that purchase as well. My Royal hatchet, it's like 20 bucks, man. You know, it's a hatchet. It's for a round camp. You know, it keeps a blade. It cuts what I want it to cut. You know, I'm not when I'm cutting and bringing firewood over. I'm not going anything larger than 12 to 14 inches long and maybe, you know, 4 or 5 inches in circumference, and that's it. You know, and that hatchet right there is heavy enough. It's got a nice weight to it to split the wood that I need it to split. So, and it also it's nice, you know, for bushcrafting as well. I can maneuver it very well. I can use it very well. So, yeah. And then I do carry a multi-tool. You've all seen multi-tools. So I do have one of those. And then for my hatchet and my knife, I've got my handheld puck, different grains on each side, 2 different grains. So I've got a little bushcraft fire starting kit. It's fun. I like doing bushcraft. I enjoy it. It passes time around the fire. It's a good thing to, you know, to learn. You know, so I've got my flint. I've got my striker, and then I've got some char cloth that I take with me as well. So yeah, it's fun. And then, you know, I make things as well. Different things I'll make. And then my bushcraft knife. It's a very nice knife, and I was extremely fortunate. A friend of mine gifted this to me. This is a habless bush tool. These are very good knives, very well made. The blade itself is 5 1/4. The handle is 5 1/4. Total length 10.5 inches. It's 1/8 inch carbon steel. It's got the 90-degree angle at the top for your fire striker. The blade itself is at a 30-degree. So yeah, this is a very, very nice bush knife. These retail about $200, and like I said, I was very fortunate to have a buddy of mine gift that to me. So very cool. Just you know, utensil, a little strainer. Put my coffee in it, set it on top of my cup, pour the water in it, coffee, or hot chocolate, you know. So all of my cooking stuff right here. This is a little expensive. It's titanium, so everything's in here though. So I've got this pot here, about like that, and then inside it is the teapot, and then inside that I carry my burner for, I do take 1 canister of fuel, so I have my burner that screws on the top of there, and I've got a couple lighters in there. So that's it. That's all I take for that. So, but it all fits nice and tidy together inside there, and very, very, very lightweight. very compact. That's it. It's all about weight, like I said before, man. Trying to utilize and take everything that you need to take with you, but keep your weight down as much as you possibly can. So, my sleeping bag. This is the hike and bike. It's the 650 FP down. This is rated for 20 degrees. I have had it in colder temps, and I've done fine with it. No issues at all. Very good, very lightweight. I can actually compact this a little more if I wanted to. But yeah, I've got no complaints with this whatsoever. Like I said, this is rated for 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and I've been out in much colder, and it's done just fine. This little fella, there's nothing there, man. It's a Echo Challenge, and this is my chair. That's my chair. Like I said, I like to do bushcraft stuff. So what you do is you take 3 branches, you tie them together to make a tripod. You tie the top section of it to the top of the tripod, and then you take a 4th branch and go across the bottom legs, the front of the tripod, tie those to it, but you run the bottom of this through that, you run the branch through the bottom of this, and then tie it to it, and you have a chair. So you're not lugging a chair in. And as you can see, this is nothing. It's the same material as a hammock. So extremely lightweight. There's nothing there. And it takes up almost no room whatsoever. So with that said, of being a hammock guy, for the last year, I have been debating on whether or not staying in a hammock or going to the ground. So I decided to go to the ground. So with that said, I've done a lot of research on a lot of tents, and I have finally made a decision to go with the 3F UL Lanshan 2 Pro 4-season. This is an ultra lightweight backpacking tent. It's $130. It's 2.5 pounds, and as you can see, it has no poles. So you have one of 2 options. You either take trekking poles in with you, and you set this up with your trekking poles, or when you get to camp, you cut 2 branches and you use the branches. Decent, nice sized round branches. So, as you can see, it's still, I've yet to open it up, which I will before I go. We're leaving in a couple weeks, so I will set this up and take a look at it. But I'm very eager to try this out. This comes as a 2-part. So you have the inner tent and the outer tent. The inner tent is already hooked to the outer tent. And it has the like bathtub material for the base of the inner tent. And then optional, you can get the footprint. The footprint is the pad that goes on the ground and the tent sits on top of it. That's optional. You can get it or not. I opted to get it. So, but you can use this in different ways as well. This is, like I said, this is a 4-season. And I bought it for winter camping. But I can take the inner tent out, which the inner tent is what the 4-season is for. I can take that out, and I can just use the outer tent, which is basically a rain fly, and the footprint for your warmer weather seasons. So, yeah, I'm excited to try it out and see how it does. Now, with that said, and going to the ground, I've used multiple styles of sleeping pads, with air mattresses, air pads, self-inflatable air pads, all that jazz. I didn't want to be like all the way on the ground this time, so I was looking for other options. What can I do? And I found this. This is a nature hike. It is a backpacking cot, and it's very lightweight. It says 3.5 pounds. I think it's a little lighter than 3.5 pounds. It just doesn't feel like 3.5 pounds. I did set it up in here. It's very durable, very well made. So the bag itself, there's plenty of room to add, to put stuff in here if you want to. Tons of room in this bag. They oversized it. So yeah, I'm excited to try this out. So that's it, guys. That's all I take with me. The last trip I did, I was exactly 32 pounds. So we'll see. You know, my food that I take, a lot of people hate it. A lot of people think it's disgusting. Is the Mountain House. I don't care. I'm a trash can. I eat whatever. A little pepper. You know, I can doctor anything up. As long as I have my carbs, I'm good to go. So, but freeze-dried, no weight at all. So that's really it, man. That's all I take. I'll see you guys out there, and we'll go look for the big guy. We'll do some bushcrafting as well around camp, and it'll be a good time. And as always, love and respect yourself. Peace.